Hello, welcome to day 6 of the Be Your Best Self in 2023. Be free to be me in 2023. When I coach women, we always want to go back and look at your where are you thinking? What are you looking at to try to figure out where your belief system is and where you're lining up? And I find that so many of us, so many women are looking at the wrong vision, the wrong memory. For instance, you're trying to figure out why your relationship came to an end. You may be spending all your time looking at the question of why did it come to the end, but you're looking at all the amazing things about the relationship, all the good times you had, all the fun dates you had, but you're not looking at the bad times in your relationship, so the comments made that were a little off balance. Or the other thing, you've had trauma in your life, so you end up looking at all the trauma in your life and all the things that you believe you did wrong, but you don't look at what you did right. You look at all these memories of all the trauma and all the bad things that happen and all the bad things you've done in your life, but you never once look over to this side and say, you know what, I've done really good in life. I have a great family. I have, great children. I have great jobs. Whatever it is that you have, all the stuff you have. Instead, you're fixated on what you don't have. And so you're not looking at the right memories. The only way to heal your beliefs is to look at both sides of the coin. So you can say, okay, this is where I think things went wrong. But when you have trauma and you've had things done to you, it's not your fault. It was done to you. So you kind of have to change how you look at that and say, okay, this stuff was done to me, but what is my lesson here? What do I need to learn from this? And the way you're going to figure out the lesson is when you go over and you look at the other memories where you were able to take something bad that happened and turn it into something good. Perhaps you went out, you were in college, you went out, you got really drunk, you drove, you got in a horrific accident, you hurt somebody severely bad, and you live with that the rest of your life. You think, oh Lord, why did I drink? Or you can look at that and say, but look at the good I've done. Look at how, now you might teach, don't drink and drive, or you might tell everybody, all the bad things that happen when you do that. So you could spend your whole life looking at the bad outcome, or you can spend the memories looking at what good has come of it. Because typically when something bad happens, there's good out of it. Now, I'm not saying you're in a relationship, you get a divorce and you're trying to figure out what happened, and everything you look at in a relationship or all the great times you have, you never take a time to look at the bad. Or, you had this fantastic friendship and now you're not friends anymore. You can't figure it out because you're looking at all the good, but you're not looking at the bad. You have to weigh both sides of the memories. You have to look at the bad to see the good and the good to see the bad, because there's always going to be bad outcomes. It's how life is. It's how we learn. It's how we grow, is by making mistakes and living through bad outcomes and saying, man, I can't tell how many times in my life I said, well, that's something I'm not going to do again, or didn't see that happen. I didn't see that one coming. But you can sit over there and be the victim, or you can be the victor and say, well, that was really bad what happened to me. It was very painful, very sad, whatever. But now I'm going to take what I learned, and I'm either going to teach others how to overcome, or I'm going to take what I learned and incorporate it into my life so I can be the best version of myself. Because at the end of the day, all people want, doesn't matter what all they say, all people want is to be happy. Just be happy. But because we're humans, we get hung up on staring at our mistakes and agonizing over what we've done wrong, and don't. You have to let it go. Remember, I was watching an interview with Johnny Depp years ago, and somebody asked him, do you watch your movies? And he said, no, I don't watch any of them. When I'm done, I'm done. That's not me. I've moved on. And I thought that's so deep that he's able to just say, I give it to you. I'm done. It's yours now. Do with it as you please. He doesn't have ownership. And although we need to take ownership in our life, I think sometimes we take over ownership. because we're so quick, because we kind of live in a negative world and it seems getting more and more negative every day. And we hear so much negative that we forget about the positive. We forget about the times that we spread pixie dust in people's lives. We get fixated on the times that we had bad. Or you get so fixated on the awful parts of your marriage, you don't think about the perfect parts. Or reverse, your spouse walks out on you and you can't get past the good to look at the bad. So if your memories aren't showing you what you want, and your answers always are in your memories, if you don't have what you want, you have to figure out where in your memories are you blocking it? Where are you holding yourself back? I coach women. In fact, I just introduced a 2-hour Be Free in 2023 Get Unstuck strategy call. It's a 2-hour strategy call to help women now as we go into 2023 look at what's blocking them. Because if you don't have what you want, your memories are telling you something that you're believing without looking at the flip side, and you have a block. You have something stopping you from moving forward. So when you start kind of getting deep within, and nobody loves to go deep within as much as I do. I love soul searching because I think there's so many answers contained within us. And to me, it's a journey to find all the answers. And I know once I heal one thing, something else will pop up. Once you heal one thing, it's like, okay, here's another. A couple of weeks ago, I healed something that was really bothering me for years, to be honest. And I just healed it. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And I said to myself, okay, Karen, enjoy it while it lasts. Because another belief will pop up. And I welcome it. Because the more beliefs you heal, the lighter you feel, the happier you feel, the more into who you are you feel. I mean, if I would have thought about doing a 90-day challenge even last year, I'd have been like, no, nobody wants to listen to that. Maybe nobody will listen to that. The great thing is now is my ego's not tied up into it. The great thing now is this is to provide a service for people that want to listen. And maybe this isn't for you right now, but you might come back 6 months from now to this page and say, oh my gosh, this video is what I need right now. That's why I do this. I want to help everybody be their best version of themselves. And you do that by looking within at what's holding you back. So if you don't have what you want, when you're looking at your memories, look at what memories you're looking at. Because if you're looking at the same memory over and over, that's not where the answer is. Because when you hit the right memory, the answer's there. I mean, when I do deep dives and, I'll be thinking about something for days, weeks, months, and then all of a sudden I'll be, bam, got it. Because I finally saw it. Whether I finally have a willingness to look at it, whether it's the universe thought, okay, you're ready to look at it, all this stuff, I don't know. But when you're ready, it'll show, but you have to keep moving. You can't be fixated on the same memory or same memory patterns. You can't always be looking at every bad memory and not looking at good memories. And you can't be looking at every good memory and not the bad memories. When you talk to people about, a family member that passed, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, I loved, my mother, best mother ever. And then you'll talk to them a year later and they'll be like, well, there are some issues. Because now they've looked at both sides. If you're not getting the answer you want, are you asking the right questions and are you looking at the right memories? And if you need help, let me know. Like I said, you can go over to KarenBarner.com, Be Free in 2023, and check it out. I hope this helped. If there's any topics you guys want me to talk about, because we're doing this for 90 days, baby, 90 days, yay, every day for 90 days. So if there's topics you want me to talk about, please let me know. If you have questions, please ask away, because if you have the question, there's probably 10 people that have the same exact question. So I hope this helped you guys today. Be guided by your memories, but if you're not getting the answers, look at other memories. Okay? Have a great day. Be free in 2023, and here's to you finding your blue rose. Bye-bye, you guys.